Hi everyone, it's Dr. Dave Morris with Magnolia Medical. Today I want to let you know this is one of those videos that I make where you go, Dr. Morris is fired up today. Okay, so here's the deal. 3 days ago, the American Heart Association came out and they lowered the criteria. Well, depending on how you look at it. They basically took the threshold with which somebody is considered to have high blood pressure and they lowered that threshold. Now, I would advise you to look online and find out what those criteria are. I'm not going to bore you with that information now. But they basically said it used to be this, but now we're going to lower that threshold. So now they essentially nearly tripled the number of people that can be considered to have high blood pressure. All right, with this new criteria. They tripled it. Now, hypertension is considered the silent killer. But I want you to understand, please, please, please do not rush off to your doctor because you now meet that criteria and start getting on blood pressure medication, okay? I can't tell you what to do in that regard. I can't evaluate you and say take medication or don't. But I want you to understand, in the last couple of years, the American Heart Association they took away this endorsement, but they had endorsed Cocoa Puffs as a heart-healthy food. American Heart Association said Cocoa Puffs is a heart-healthy food, had their little symbol on the side of the box. Earlier this year, they said coconut oil is bad for you, also unbelievably ridiculous, and now they're lowering the threshold with which somebody is considered to have hypertension. All right, folks, the American Heart Association cannot be trusted to enhance your health. It's just not, they're just not a trustworthy resource. I agree, people have high blood pressure. I want to share a study that was done with you. It was published in January of 2013, and the study was done by the National Research Council and the Institute of Medicine. And they took the United States, the richest country in the world, with the most money spent on healthcare. We're 5% of the world's population. We outspend the rest of the world combined on health every year. We're 5% of the world's population, and we consume 75% of the world's medications. And they did a study and they said, well, if the United States is spending all this and they're taking all these medications, how healthy are they compared to the rest of the world? So they took the 16 other richest countries in the world and they said, how do we match up? Now, we were like number 1 or number 2 in blood pressure management. We were already doing great in blood pressure management. We were number 1 or number 2 in the world in our cholesterol management. We were already doing great in that. But we were dead last in heart disease. So the two things that the American Heart Association says causes heart disease, we were killing it. We were doing better than anybody. And yet we still have the worst heart disease statistics on the planet. So is hypertension a problem? Sure, it can be. Is high cholesterol a problem? Sure, it can be. But I can tell you this, the modern medicine, how modern medicine is working at trying to solve these problems is a colossal failure. And now the American Heart Association just basically wrote a blank check to the pharmaceutical companies that produce blood pressure medication. 46% of adults over the age of 18 are now going to be classified as having high blood pressure. Folks, this is a ridiculous change in their ideas. And in my opinion, you can make whatever comment on this post you want, but in my opinion, the American Heart Association has got it wrong, and frankly, they don't know what they're doing at all. They're honestly just not to be trusted if you're trying to be healthy. So that's enough of my rant for today. I appreciate you watching. If you agree with this or don't agree with this. Share it with your doctor, okay? Most doctors don't even know the statistics about how much medication is produced on this planet, is given to Americans compared to the rest of the world. They don't even know that we outspend the rest of the world combined on healthcare every year. So share this with your doctor. Share it with your friends and family. Share it with the people that you go, golly, my husband now is going to be considered to have high blood pressure. And next time he goes, he's going to get that script for his HCTZ or whatever blood pressure medication there is. And statistically, what he has to do in order to improve his health is diet, exercise, eat truly heart-healthy foods. Find out who can give you that information, because our American Heart Association obviously doesn't know what a heart-healthy food is. They say coconut oil is bad for you. Ridiculous. Cocoa Puffs are good for you. Ridiculous. Like, give me a break. Folks, sorry to be on my rant, but I needed to get this information out to you. I appreciate you watching. Take care. Be healthy. It's important.